you ever met a lady player before? If you haven't, you must stay tuned, glued to your seat, and not miss any aspect of tonight's episode of Friends of Love here on Adult TV. We're live on television, but unfortunately we're having some technical problems, so tonight we will not be live on Facebook, although the video will be uploaded subsequently. But guess what? We are live on YouTube, so do not worry if Facebook is not available. His brother YouTube is very, 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 very available. I'll take a break before I introduce my guest and we set the ball rolling. Remember to give your answers to the question of the day. This break is going to be that quick, and then when we come back, we'll set the ball rolling. You stay with us.
Imagine a world where everybody, in fact 60% of the population, is screened and educated on breast cancer. A world where women do not have to die because of breast cancer. Just imagine. That is why Senator Ghana and its partners are coming together to organize a free breast cancer screening from the 1st of October to the 31st of October at 8 branches. The Tema branch, the Wager branch, and the Osu branch. If that is not all, they have discounts on all their mammogram and breast ultrasound scans as well. Take advantage of this opportunity and know your status. Don't forget, breast cancer is curable. Don't be a victim. Don't stay at home. Come around, come and check, and let's do this together. I need you alive. My name is Gladys Acherox, CEO of Landmark Agency, organizers of Miss Health Ghana, and an entrepreneur. See you this October. Bye.
Come back from that break. If you're just tuning, this is Rays of Love, and we just started. Last week we gave you realities of sex on a first day. Tonight we're giving you realities of sex on a first day part 2. So last week something happened. I went to town to withdraw some money from my Momo account, and I met about 3 ladies standing there, and so I joined them standing there. Within some 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I had another lady standing at the back, you know, the other side of the road, calling Mary, 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 and all of us 10. So she walked to us, and then she was like, oh, hello, relationship mistress, hello, I've been watching you on Adult TV. And the other ladies were like, sorry, I'm called Mary. The other lady too said, I'm called Mary. So please, I am your ever beautiful relationship mistress. 1. So this is what to do, what we are going to do, to save us the drama and the hula baloo, to differentiate me from the others. Henceforth, do what to call me Boss Lady Mary. Boss Lady Mary. If you call me Boss Lady Mary when you see me in town, or even when I'm seated here, I would respond, your ever beautiful relationship mistress. So I have my guest seated in. We're waiting for our other guest, but before that, I believe 2 shall put 2,000. So we'll start whilst our other female guests join us. So help me welcome Fred Gold. Hello, Fred.
Hi, dear.
Fred, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. I heard Labadi is glittering.
Yeah.
And I'm that grateful that you didn't go to town.
That's true.
But you decided to come here, attending to my invitation. I'm so grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, dear.
Last week was very fantastic. We asked if you would have sex on the first date. But tonight, we are not asking the same question. We are asking, how many dates should it take? So, producer, if you can have the question of the day on the screen for you to go on with your partner before you have sex, how many days do you think you should go?
Wow. Anyway, good evening to our cherished viewers. And you know, when we talk about sex, I think we don't really have a duration for that.
Okay.
The moment you are convinced that you are with the right person, I think sex can go on. Aside any other spiritual or religious beliefs and all that, okay?
Okay.
When it comes to the two of you, for the fact that you are okay and you are convinced that this person, health-wise, and everything you want in a woman or in a man, he is up to that standard. Then you can go in for that, because sex is not an assurance of love, and sex is not an assurance of marriage.
Okay.
You get it.
Okay.
Someone may decide not to have sex with you, but still be in a relationship with you, and at the end of the day marry you. Somebody will also decide to have sex with you on the first date and then still marry you. Somebody will not have sex with you on the first date. He will definitely wait for a year or 6 months or more, have sex with you and still dump you.
Okay. Okay.
So it doesn't really matter on the duration, but for the fact that you are comfortable and okay to that person, or you think you are good to go, then fine. That is between the two of you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much on that. So we are continuing from where we stopped last week. Now let's do this. We got different answers coming in from people saying they would have sex on the first date. Some are saying they wouldn't. Some give, their different reasons. But let me ask you, what are those factors that one must consider when engaging in sex on the first date, if you would or if you should?
Okay. Now, Mary, you see, many, today, as we speak, we the youth of today, we have decided to see sex as a game, or anything we can just fantasize and that's all. Anything we can just take pleasure in and then that's all. But then, I believe that from scratch, sex is not something we must joke with. Okay? You should be able to have sex when the time is right. Now, it has got to do with spiritual aspect.
Okay.
And that is the most important thing that we need to consider when having sex.
Okay.
Because right from scratch, through the Bible and to our great-grandparents, they made us know that anybody you have sex with, spiritually, you have a covenant with that person.
With that person.
And up to date, as we speak, a lot of people are going through challenges in life, not because they are sinners, if I should say, but then because they had sex with wrong people, and then today they are bearing the consequences. Some of them are even bearing it to the extent that they are having health challenges. So I think the spiritual aspect must be considered first of all, because here is the case whereby you may not know even if the lady you are even having a relationship with is a human. You don't even know whether she's a ghost. You don't know the kind of spirit she's coming in with. I always say that if I get closer to a lady who is so much in love with me, I get scared.
Oh, really?
Personally.
Why?
Yes, because
don't you think it's a good thing?
Yes, but then I weigh it from a different angle.
Okay.
Because I come to think of it that, okay, this lady claims she's in love with me. She's dying to have sex with me. Hey,
okay.
Is she in on an agenda? She's got something behind. Is it that she wants to blackmail me? Is it that, is it a trap? I think of all these things because here we are on Adowa TV and we are popular one way or the other. The next moment you hear people saying Fred Good has sex with me and blah 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 blah. It will just dent your reputation and all that. So with stuff like that, I get scared. So when having sex, after taking precautions on the spiritual aspect and all that, I come to the physical aspect, that is the health aspect. Okay, as we speak, there are a lot of people who are having this HIV thing and they are just walking freely. Some are aware, some are not aware. Those who are aware, some of them are on medication and they look good when you see them.
But inwardly
there's a big problem. Okay, there are other STDs that people are having them, but you may not know because it doesn't show here, but it's in there. So when you put all these things from the spiritual aspect to the health aspect, you need to get scared. and then look more and dive more into it. But here's the case whereby we think, oh, Charlie, this girl is beautiful, and from the look of things, I'm in love, and she's in love with me. So we start having sex, and then here you are. At the end of the day, you sometimes come across certain things, and you even find it difficult to get the root of whatever you are going through, until maybe once a while you glance through, and then you get to notice that it was this one night stand that I had with this lady that is causing this problem.
Let me come on that note. This one night stand. What happens to curiosity? How do we deal with it? Because somebody might say that I'm that curious. I want to be crazy.
Yeah.
I want to do it. After all, sex on the first date, he wouldn't take anything away from me.
Yes, he wouldn't take anything away from you, but he will take a lot from you without knowing. Because there are a lot of things we don't see. We just see a few with our naked eyes. Okay. Some people have sex with you not because they are so much in love with you, but they have other demonic reasons and all that. Here's the case whereby we normally encounter ladies who have had sex with people, and then they're having challenges. Some are having some unusual discharge from their private parts. Some are having maggots coming out from their private parts and all that. So let's assume it was a one night stand, and then you go through all these. What happens to you? You either lose your life or there's more to that. Okay? And at the end of the day, let's not forget that curiosity kills the cat. So at the end of the day, if you are so curious and you have the mindset that, okay, I want to explore, I want to, you know, this fantasy thing, I just want to go through, I just want to explore and have fun, and that's it. At the end of the day, what impact do you get from it? Is it positive or negative? You need to look at it from that angle. The fact that you are curious doesn't mean you should lose your mind or lose yourself. Because there's more to it than sex, and there's more life after sex. Sex is just 30, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then you are done. Okay. But at the end of the day, when it's on the result yields negative, it takes all your life.
But somebody would also ask you or say that, what happens? Can't all of these happen during or in the midst of sex on the second date, or even on the 3rd, 4th, 60th date?
Okay, you see, let's not forget one thing. Sometimes, especially we the men, when we have sex with you on a first date, let me say 50% of our men, they see you as cheap as charcoal. Okay. When we take that or put that aside, having sex with you on the 30th day or the 50th day or whatever date it is. Now, the question is, what is the definition of your relationship? Have you both understood yourself on the journey you are about to embark on? What are the pros and cons?
Absolutely.
What have you put into consideration? What are some of the measures you've put in place? There are a lot of questions than answers. But here's the case whereby the fact that I feel like, yes, I'm in love with Mary, and then we've met today and we have sex, it is normal because I claim I'm in love. Okay, you are in love. That is fine. What happens to the receiver's end? Is she also in love as you are?
Okay.
What is the motive behind the sex that you are having? There are other ladies who just want to have sex with you, and that is it. They can pretend to love you. There are ladies like that.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then just have sex with you and dump you. But most men, we see it as, oh, Charlie, I have dumped her. But the other way around, she has rather dumped you. So there are a lot of things that we really need to put into consideration, and then the duration matters. Because on the first day or the 3rd day or the 50th or the 60th day, whatever you want to see, you may be able to see. But when you get you give it time, you see more and deeper. That is when you are willing to dive more into the relationship and to take it to another stage. But if it's not going to be a relationship that is going to get matured or grow, then at the end of the day, what happens today, it ends there, and we are good to go. Yeah.
So on that note, how then do you tell if he is a player?
Wow. You know, it depends on...
wow. Because men can be that cunning too as well. In as much as we're talking about ladies. Now, tonight, our Word Pillow segment is quite the other way around, whereby, you know, a guy, blah, blah, blah. Let me keep you in suspense, but you will love it.
Yeah.
But believe me, most cases that we hear, we see, we feel, we get pity, we get sad, is from the men's angle, whereby you hear a lady saying that this guy did this to me, he was a player. And some of you men, as I've been in that situation, he will come to you, talk to you nicely. Oh, I like you. Some will not even say I like you. He will just do things to turn you on.
Yeah.
And sometimes we ladies also get a bit shallow along the way.
Oh, yeah.
We fail to ask questions. Like I said last week, what am I to you? Who am I to you? How am I to you? When am I to you?
Yeah.
You see, all these things you need to know. So when it happens, you know that this is my stand. So me, for instance, your relationship mistress, if I ever engage in sex on the first date, on the second date, on the 30th date, and on the 60th date, it means, one, I know my stand, what the relationship is. If it happens that we are not even in that serious relationship, then I know my stand.
Yeah.
He's fresher.
Yeah.
And he's good in bed.
Yes, yeah.
And I love people who are good in bed, particularly men. So once he's good in bed and he gives it to me the way I want it, then I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah.
And that also means that I have made a personal decision.
That's true.
So I'm asking, how then do you spot a player?
Okay, you see, it depends on the jersey of that player.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh, that's fine.
I just say it's
that's
blue.
that's the women's fellowship.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Please,
now,
I don't want any Arsenal fans to come and be
the last time I was telling somebody at the airport that me, I'm not a player, I'm now a coach.
Hey.
And she was like, hey, Fred, and I said yes. Because I have seen a lot and I've been through a lot and I've done a lot.
I love that.
Okay, I have done a lot. So at my stage that I am now, I'm not a player. No. I'm training people.
Fred, let's hold on. Before you forget it, if you didn't hear very well, Fred said he's a coach, not a player. On that note, we'll take a very quick break and then we come back. You stay with us.
Imagine a world where everybody, in fact 60% of the population, is screened and educated on breast cancer. A world where women do not have to die because of breast cancer. Just imagine. That is why Senator Ghana and its partners are coming together to organize a free breast cancer screening from the 1st of October to the 31st of October at 8 branches. The Tema branch, the Wager branch, and the OC branch. If that is not all, they have discounts on all their mammogram and breast ultrasound scans as well. Take advantage of this opportunity and know your status. Don't forget, breast cancer is curable. Don't be a victim. Don't stay at home. Come around, come and check, and let's do this together. I need you alive. My name is Gladys Acheroxen, CEO of Landmark Agency, organizers of Miss Health Ghana, and an entrepreneur. See you this October. Bye. Welcome from that break. For those of you, our reverends out there who just tuned in, it is part 2 of Realities of Sex on the First Date. We are continuing, and it is with me, your ever beautiful relationship mistress, Boss Lady Mary. Before we went on the break, first said he's a coach, not a player. Further explanation.
Okay, my dear. So
I still don't get it.
As I was saying, I told the lady at work that at my stage that I am now, I'm no more a player,
Okay.
but a coach.
Okay.
And she asked me to explain. And I made it known to her that of late we can see the trend of our ladies.
Okay.
So as a coach, you need to sit back and strategize yourself
Okay.
from your words and to your actions and everything that comes with it. So now, let's assume you've met a guy like me and that you may not be smart enough to my standard. It will be very difficult for you to know I'm a player. Come to talk of me being a coach. Because now watch, you are in for a relationship.
Okay.
But you've set certain standards that are materialistic standards for yourself.
Like
Money, I need rent, dressing here and there, one or two things. You've scheduled everything for the guy. So now, instead of you to look at his attitude,
Okay.
you won't be able to see that. Study from the way he talks, you won't be able to see that.
the only thing you see is
The money and the pizza and the ice creams he's buying and the big restaurants that he's taking you and the outings and all that. You get carried away. So the time for you to look at the most important things about the guy or let me say about the guy, you at the end of the day, you look at pizza box.
okay.
Okay. Now, women are most at times convinced by what they hear,
Okay.
as compared to men that we see and then we get attracted to. So
I see.
when you have a good sweet talker and a smart one, of course,
Okay.
you just act like a serious person. And believe you me, if your prophet should even call you to tell you the guy you are dating is not real, you stop going to him. You just stop going to church. Because the guy has been able to convince you
Okay.
with the things you are looking out for, the materialistic things.
Fred,
And okay,
I'm not quenching your fire. From the angle you're coming from,
yeah,
this is something that most of us have been feeding on, and I think it gets to a point. My fellow women, forgive me, but I want us to be realistic here.
yeah,
There are ladies too who men find difficult
yeah,
or easy to spot to be good keepers who are not.
Yeah.
Now this is what happens. I've had a conversation with a guy who said, me ladies, like you are saying, materialistic things. There are some who will not ask for materialistic things, but I bet you marry her today and the kind of attitude she would give you.
yeah, that's true.
So sometimes I don't know where you men miss
So you see, as you were saying, if let's say you, the guy, is supposed to look at certain things about the woman. I was
Like
speaking on behalf of the ladies.
of the lady.
Spotting a player. Now, vice versa.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. The guy is also saying the lady is good in sex. She's good in bed.
Okay.
She's got fat ass. The breast is sizable as he wants. The girl is a good kisser. The girl is romantic. The girl looks very good.
Eish.
You know. So
It's vibes.
he is also looking at the outward looks, and that's all. It ends there.
Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Okay.
So when they go in bed and the lady misbehaves, he won't be able to see through.
Okay.
Everything looks like he's blind because he's looking at the body, the stature, the romantic aspect of the lady, how good, how sexy the lady looks like. Okay, so the most important things that the guy needs to check, he wouldn't be able to check. So today he has sex with you, especially men. When you are good in bed and you give us more sex, madam, even if you insult us, you insult our mothers, we don't care. That is the fact.
It's true.
Like that. He doesn't care and he wouldn't look at anything. So at the end of the day, you end up marrying the lady. Well, after marriage, everything comes down.
To zero.
To zero.
Before you realize that this is what I went in for.
Exactly. And these are reasons why the divorce rate is just increasing day in, day out. Because we don't pay attention to certain things. Some of the things, maybe the lady likes to throw cheek at you. But because you love sex and she's always giving you sex, when she throws it, you don't pay attention. Because, you are having good time in bed. Okay, when you even call her for sex in your office, she comes. So at the end of the day, you don't pay attention to her dressing. You don't pay attention to how she talks. You don't pay attention to how she talks to people outside. You don't pay attention to a lot of things. just because she's good in bed and then the
And so
outward look,
that
and
is enough.
that's good. So if you really want to take the relationship to a different level, then you need to pay attention to all these things aside sex.
But something just crossed my mind.
Okay.
Can there be instances whereby you spot a keeper, both sides, both men and the women, along the relationship? Some can even stay as far as dating for years,
Definitely.
keeping themselves, and then alongside the way, at the end, boom, he shows you his true colors.
Yeah, you see, I don't believe that when you are in a relationship for 5 years, you'll be able to know your man or your woman. It is false to me. Marriage is a big risk. That is what I see, and that is from my opinion.
Okay.
Marriage is a big risk because whilst you are in a relationship, she would never, the chameleon in her, the beast in her will never come out.
Okay.
The beast in him will never come out. Okay? Because both of you are trying to build something together. You are trying to adjust yourself. So at the end of the day, there are certain things you won't be able to see.
Absolutely.
You also will not be able to see. Secondly, some of us, because of the kind of work we do, we don't have enough time to spend with our women
Okay.
when they come close. Some women go to their guys on weekends, sometimes 3 days, 4 days, and then they are out. 3 days, 4 days, what are you going to see? Nothing. Because you've missed her and she's also missed you. So when you get closer, all is about love making.
That's true. So you do not even get enough
Time to see things and to read meanings into a lot of things. Now, when you come under the same roof, that is where her spirit and her soul and her body will settle, because she has come to her second home.
Absolutely.
So everything comes down and then rises again. So the real her and the real him starts coming after marriage. So we have people who are even married for 5 years. Sometimes their spouse will do something and they'll be like, hey,
Is that you?
is that you? Yes, that beast is there. But you've not pushed the beast
Okay.
to this level or to this standard. But now things have stabilized. Everything will start popping up gradually. That is why they say a character is always like a pregnancy. Definitely one day it will pop up and everybody will see you are pregnant. So that's how it works sometimes.
There's some messages here. Sorry, not that I'm cutting you off. This one says, to the question of the day, which asks, how many days should you go on before you have sex with your partner? And one of our viewers is saying, according to the Bible, after marriage, but it's not working like that these days. To my opinion, I think after 1 year. And another one too is coming from Mark Mills. He says it depends on each other's decision. Do you agree that we must decide on whether or not we should have sex?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Whilst you were making your submission, you said something that caught my attention. Spending the weekend at your partner's end, which most of us in various, serious claimed relationships do. Now, in instances whereby we have decided that we want to keep ourselves, we want to steady ourselves, do you think it is advisable spending the night there?
Wow, you understand?
Okay.
So there's no way you will tell me I'm a cat and you are giving me salmon to keep for you.
It's
not
impossible.
possible.
Okay.
So if you know that both of you have decided not to have sex, then you should be able to discipline yourself.
Okay.
And to make sure, you can go to your partner's room and still not have sex.
Okay.
But the possibility of having sex is high.
Very true.
That is
The night is still young.
Exactly.
I
You
get
know,
that
the
roughly.
BBB is
Exactly. See,
raining
the
and
way the weather too
you
big,
know.
even as I'm sitting here, imagine if we were to be home having a normal conversation and
You
I
know.
have my head on his chest.
probably.
So you can see the risk
Yes.
involved.
So sometimes when we're talking about these things, discipline comes in when you have decided not to go to the guy's house. Probably you can meet at places where you know there's not going to be any way out for you to have sex. Probably that's fine. But if you keep going there spending weekends, Bosu, it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
So let's look at this. What techniques then do men use in spotting a keeper? So that, me like this, if there is some man be somewhere who is cute, like I've said, he has body, flat stomach. Flat stomach, the 6 packs one, yes. And he's approaching me. I should be know that, no, this is his intention. This is what he's coming in for.
Okay, you know, your level of maturity will determine if you are able and capable of spotting such a person. Okay, that is number one. Number two, some people have gone through some relationships in their past and has taught them a lot of things. So when they are doing things, they do them out of experience.
Okay.
So it will also depend on the kind of experience you have in your previous relationships to be able to spot such a person. Because there are some vibes that men give out that maybe your previous men have always said the same thing. So immediately you start from there, you know where it will end. And yes, definitely it will end there. That will tell you, oh, this guy is not in for business. Okay. Some men will be like, yes, let's have a relationship, but I wouldn't want you to come to my house.
Okay.
But at least I need to know where you stay.
Okay.
If you live in a cemetery, let me know. Yes, I have to know. I don't pick calls after 10. Why? You should explain.
Okay.
You get it. Okay. Men who don't welcome you when you get to them unexpected. These are petty things that they are petty signals that you need to pay attention to. Some men, they are like, I'll call you back. They don't call back. Okay? Some men are like, don't surprise me in my house. Don't surprise me in my office. I don't accept visitors. Some of them, as grown as they are, I live with my parents. Don't come there. No. You need to check all these things. Some of the men to take your time. Don't rush. Anything he tells you, say yes.
Okay. Once
a while, repeat and question him on previous things that you guys have spoken about. If he's lying, you will know. You will know. Okay. If he's not, you will also know.
Okay. But you said something. Does it mean that guys who test us every day, call us every possible chance, seconds they get, loves us and want to have sex with us? How true is that? Because there can be instant whereby a guy would have that patience, but he'll be giving you pressure. Calling, texting. Does it mean that he loves me? How true is that? Do men express love?
The calling and texting is also not a guarantee like sex.
Okay.
Okay. But now, the issue is that how effective is the call?
Okay.
Are his words, are his actions backing his words? That is another question you need to ask yourself, because love is always backed with actions. So are his actions speaking for him? Is it yes or no?
No.
If it is yes, okay, what are other things that you are looking out for that you can see in him? What are some serious things that you are seeing him doing in your life? Is he bold enough to let people know you are his woman?
Okay.
You get it?
I get
it. Has he been able to come to your house, come to know you, come to know your mom, come to know where you stay, come to know where you work, come closer without any fear or shyness or any doubts? You look at all these things. Now, at the end of the day, calling you and texting you doesn't mean he's so much in love with you. So maybe it's because he hasn't had sex with you yet. So he just wants to portray some love.
Is that possible?
You know, create some atmosphere of love for you, just to convince you. After he has sex with you, check if that three missed calls and 10 missed calls you will be having them. Not any text messages after sex. Ask questions. So that is why sometimes you hear people say, after we had sex, my guy has changed. Yes, he came because of sex, and he has gotten it. What else do you expect him to wait for?
Nothing.
He can't keep spending and wasting his data on you, checking up on you every day. He has been able to achieve his goal. So what do you expect from him? Nothing more, nothing less. The deal is done.
Okay. We have 2 messages here, and the person is saying, this is ambassador of pornography himself. So the question of the day is that one date is fine. After one date, you can have sex, according to him. And then secondly, he said the wait is really unwarranted. sometimes even in a million years he won't still be good enough. I think it's very true.
Definitely.
Fred, on that note, some men claim sorry, the standard which some women we have set for ourselves in terms of partners that we want and we need is too high or too low. But first, let's look at the high.
Okay, you see, when a woman sets standard for herself, I don't think it's wrong. Okay, because life is all about choices.
Sure.
And you don't settle for anything that comes your way. If you know your value, you get it. But then, before a woman can set a standard for herself, the question is, what standard or what class is she? Some women may say, he is not my type of man. He is not my class. Which class are you? Are you in the junior high, senior high, university, or Cambridge? Which of them? You need to tell us where you are coming from, and then we can determine where you are going. So here is the case whereby you stated a higher standard for yourself, and then you yourself, you can't achieve that. You can't get there, but you want somebody who is there. It is not possible.
It is not possible. Now let's look at the low or the lower standard. And in this case, some men, guys, knows that this lady, like they claim, is not my type.
Yeah.
But you would still go ahead to have sex with her on the first date, on the second date.
Yeah.
Why?
Mary, in Akan language, we have something we say, Quartey ni masew.
What's the one in the bed?
A Quartey ni masew. So now, when your dick sees a vagina, the vagina is what the dick sees.
Okay.
Not the face of whoever is carrying that vagina.
I see.
Okay. So it will automatically ejaculate.
Okay.
So now, if you are below my standard, your vagina is not below my standard.
Oh, really?
Yes. Your personality is what is below my standard.
But
not your apple.
Oh, okay. I see.
You get it. So I might not be in love with you, but I still have sex with you. You are not my class, but I'll still have sex with you. Because at the end of the day, all I need is for me to satisfy myself, and that is all. So there are a lot of men who have sex with you, and then the next moment you try to have a conversation with them, and then they start ignoring you on the bed.
Oh, yes.
Right on the bed. They start ignoring you, because at the end of the day, he's satisfied, and then he realizes, Charlie, I'm done. This girl cry, Charlie. Why did I even bring her to my room? Charlie. Then they start reacting towards you. Even after sex, you need to have a nice conversation, smile together and all that. But he wouldn't give you that. He won't create that atmosphere for you. He tells you he wants sex and he's done. So at the end of the day, your standard doesn't really matter. Okay. A low class guy can still have a high class lady, have sex with her and dump her, because he only wanted to taste what is there, not your personality. He's not taking your personality anywhere.
Okay. So on that note, we'll go straight to our word pillow segment. A very interesting story that was sent to me, and I was like, wow, this is my first time coming across a situation whereby a guy is going after a lady after a couple of sex, trying to convince her that I love you. So on that note, we'll move straight to our word pillow segment, and it goes like this. Dear Reigns of Love team, I know you might find it hard to believe this, but I've fallen madly in love with this lady. We met at a friend's birthday party, and that night was my very first time having sex with a lady. That is the guy. Although I have much knowledge of sex due to reading, she blew my mind. From kissing to blowjaw, licking and sucking, she basically set my body on fire. And oh, I didn't also lie low. And all of these started from a conversation upon seeing her sitting alone, then meeting again at the entrance of the washroom. At the end, we had an unforgettable sex the whole night. Unfortunately, she's not been picking my calls. Pressure. I have confessed to her how I feel, but she's asking that I move on with my life. She broke my virginity, and she's the type of woman that I want to be with for the rest of my life. The question is, how do I get her to be with me? Because I've done a background research and I'm told she's not dating. This is a very hilarious story. You know, oh, want no get.
Yeah.
Reverence out there. What is your take on this? Don't forget to be opening the phone lines. And I have some messages coming in before we discuss on this particular issue. And this one says, this is coming from Empress, saying shout out to everybody. She's sending a woman's greetings. And this one is from another friend saying that I think we don't need a whole lot of dates before we can have sex. I'm part of the stubborn academy, a strong one. Sex is sex. If I feel it, I will get it. Fed, what do you make of this?
Well,
this is something else.
That is why I said sex is not a guarantee of anything.
Oh yes.
So you may have done your background research and then at the end of the day she's not dating. But you are not the type of girl she wants to date.
But what if the guy too is not her class? Sorry, this class.
Yes, so they just had sex and that was it, or she needed sex and you gave it to her and that was the end. There was no definition of relationship.
Okay.
It's like when you go outside, they just have sex and then they are like, Charlie, it's just a done deal. Okay, they have sex in the washroom and they are okay and they are gone. So if you want to learn those things, then you need to prepare your mind for it. At the end of the day, that sex doesn't go anywhere. He didn't tell you, she didn't tell you she wanted you as her guy.
Okay.
She didn't propose love to you. It was only sex you had. All right. So since it was just sex, sex is sex and we are done.
Okay.
She doesn't want more than sex from you. And she doesn't want more than twice from you.
Okay.
It was just the once whole night and then she was okay. Maybe the whole night that you are claiming the whole night, you didn't even perform.
Hey, but he said he didn't lie. Look, and in any case, he is a virgin.
Yes.
So you see where the whole thing is coming from.
Yes. So you are formally good, but practically you are not good. So yes, it was your interview you went to, and you have failed. So take it as such, because you can't force.
You are not being fair to this guy.
You can't force the lady to fall in love with you or have a relationship with you. Do you want more embarrassment? Some ladies can easily embarrass you with what you are doing. Okay. She can easily embarrass you. Tell you, I used you and I dumped you and that is it. Get out of my house. And she will sack you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, she will. Because she only needed sex and you gave it to her the whole night and she was okay. That's it. Now, let's assume maybe she may have had other reasons for having sex with you. Let's take it as any other, let me say, spiritual reasons. So that's why I told you that having sex is not just sex, but it may take a lot from you than you can see. There are a lot of ladies out there who are not just working like that. Okay. They have more things that they do to earn money and to do a lot of things. So maybe because you are even a virgin, you were chosen by her malam or fetish priest, and then she has gotten what she wants from you, but you may not have an idea.
But let's say something. What advice would you give to this guy if there are instances whereby the lady, some ladies say, he said something that I love. She's not dating, and so instances or chances whereby she can go back when she needs sex to this particular guy is very high.
Yeah.
So in instances where she comes back, I love you. If you were to be him, would you still continue having sex with her?
We have sex mates, so you need to establish the relationship.
But bear in mind, he has fallen in love, and so the moment you fall in love and you keep doing this thing, thinking, I've heard men and women, both men and women and ladies and guys saying that I love him and I think my love is enough for both of us.
No.
So that is
we both cannot share one love from one particular end.
Okay.
It's reciprocal.
Okay.
So here's the case whereby yours is 20% and mine is 80%. It won't work.
Okay.
So if you really want to get into a serious relationship with this lady, then both of you should fall in love with each other naturally, not because of sex.
So why then do we have sex mate? Because this is really eating a lot of us up. And that is how come a lady will meet another guy who genuinely loves her. But she'll be misbehaving because there is one kojo somewhere giving her good sex in bed. So if we were saying we have sex mate, and at the end of the day it's affecting me psychologically, don't you think I shouldn't be engaging in it? So
in this guy's case, okay, you are falling in love with a lady.
Okay.
And everything clearly shows she's not in love with you.
Okay.
So should she come back for sex, mind you that she's coming in for sex and not love. Let's assume you performed well.
Okay.
So she has adapted and accepted you as his sex mate without you knowing. Because here's the case whereby you are in love and she's not in love.
Okay.
So immediately you have made her know that you are in love with her. She can also pretend to fall in love with you in a relationship. But here's the case whereby you think you are in a relationship with her, but she has taken you as a sex mate. People genuinely go in for sex mates.
Okay.
Some people are also sex mates without their notice, thinking it is love. Because here we are, we see sex as love. You understand? There are some women, if you don't have sex with them, they think you don't love them. And there are a lot of guys out there where you resist sex from them, they say you don't love them.
Okay.
So today, the moment you start having the sex thing, we have the mindset that it is love. And here's the case where it will affect you psychologically.
Good.
You, the one falling in love.
Fred, I like the angle you are coming from. But do you also know that there are some guys who would say that if you love me, prove it by having sex with me?
But we don't also prove love by having sex. So that is what both
do you
of
ask
you
for it?
No, see, a guy can genuinely fall in love and still be willing to have sex with you, either on a first date or whatever date it is, and still love you and get married to you. Another guy will also come in, pretend as if he's in love. If you think you're also in love with me, prove it through sex.
Okay.
And maybe genuinely you are also in love with him, you have sex with him. But the question is he really in love with you?
Okay.
To the extent that when you have sex with him, that love will continue.
Okay.
Or it will just fade away after that sex. That question is unanswered because you cannot read the mind of human.
Okay.
You get it? So that sex thing is just a big risk that you are taking. So I always say one thing, that even if you get pregnant for a guy and you see and you think and you feel he's not in love with you, don't force yourself for him to marry you. Just because you are pregnant for him. Because sex does not guarantee marriage, sex does not guarantee love, sex does not guarantee future, sex does not guarantee anything. Sex is sex. We enjoy each other and then we are gone. If anything should happen after the sex, it is a decision between the two of us to move on to the next level. But if one person decides to dump the other party, there's nothing that you can do that will move you both ahead.
So in this case, what then do you think the guy should do?
Well, he should just
putting aside sex mates, because at the end of the day, it will end bloody.
Yes, definitely. So you see, he is in love. The lady is not in love.
Okay.
I don't like convincing people when it comes to love issues.
Okay.
Because it should be a natural thing. It should come from within. It shouldn't come because I said I want it.
But Fred, a quick one.
Okay.
What happens if the lady, upon persuasion or persuaded, falls in love back?
How sure are you she has fallen in love genuinely out of persuasion? If you are able to spot it that she's genuinely in love, then fine.
Then fine. But
if not, then he will just come in. She will only come in for sex. Mind you, and it will even shock you to the extent that the guy will even be pushing. I want to come and see your parents. I want to get married to you. Let's go and get the marriage list and all that. And the girl will just be giving excuses throughout. Here's the case whereby, on the normal grounds, ladies who are seriously in relationships, when you tell them, oh, let's go see your parents, let's get the list, they will rush. But here's the case whereby that particular lady will be just giving excuses all the time just because she's not in love. She's just enjoying the sex aspect of you, and he doesn't want to build any future with you. Here's the case whereby she may even have a serious boyfriend elsewhere that those people you question doesn't even know the guy.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes. So on that note, like I said, the phone lines has been open. We have the numbers on the screen. Please pick it up. Tell us your view. You respond to the question of the day as to the number of days you should go on with your partner before having sex. You can also share with us your view on the word pillow segment and any other thing too as well. But remember, when you call, please lower your volume or move away from your television. Thank you so much.
You know one thing too, I quite remember a few weeks ago I was having a conversation with a lady friend, and then she was like, as for her, initially she was just talking about sex. I was like, you love sex from the way you talk. And she was like, yes. And she has sex anytime, any day, and anyhow. I was like, what are you saying as a lady? She said yes, because previous relationships didn't go well with her. And
so
she
that
sees
is
sex
the lifestyle she has adopted.
Normal. So she's adopted that, and she sees it as normal. So even if 10 men will have sex with her on a particular day, she doesn't mind. So let's assume you've met such a lady, or this lady may be one of these ladies I am talking about. You will pursue her and nothing good will come out of it. You even get the chance to marry her, and still your own friends will even have sex with her, because she has adopted some lifestyle for herself, and that is what will just lead her. So you cannot change her, you cannot do anything to her.
Very bad. So now, going forward, what do you think we should do in instances whereby we make up our mind that this is the trend that we want to go? How then should we keep the flame? Yeah, hello, we have a caller on the line. Hello, please do call back. So in instances, let's start from this note. For those of us who are now entering into relationship, before we move on to those already in, now those of us now entering, what do we do excluding sex? For sex not to be the main, because some of us realize that most of our relationship, when we take sex out of it, there is nothing meaningful there. How then do we deal with it going forward? Okay,
now the question is, what are you offering in the relationship as a lady?
Okay, Fred, we have Mariam from Tamale on the line. Hello, dear.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
My 5 days of sex. It's not advisable.
Okay.
I don't know you. We just met, and I'll give myself to you. What does it mean?
Okay.
Lady, we have to have value on ourselves.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
We shouldn't just give ourselves like we are goat or sheep. It's very doctor me that kind of thing. We just met today and I'll have sex with you. Why? Why should I do that?
Thank you.
We should advise our old ladies. What we are doing is not the best.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching and calling. Thank you. Mayam said we are not dogs.
That's true.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the thing. What are you offering to the relationship?
Okay.
When we take sex out of the relationship, what are you offering again?
Okay.
What kind of contribution are you contributing to the relationship?
Okay.
There are more questions than answers. Now, if you're in a relationship, your woman, she needs to be focused. That is number 1. 2, need to come in with something, because at the end of the relationship, one must come out with something as well.
Okay.
So what are you putting in there? What are you sowing into the relationship? It's another question for the ladies.
Okay.
Because we the men, we know it's a responsibility to take care of the woman, to do this,
that
to
and
all the responsibilities and all that, satisfy her in bed.
Okay. Hello, Christabel. Hello, we have Christabel on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Christabel. Christopher, I can hear you.
Please, I'm calling from a boyfriend. I want to say something.
Okay, please do. Please do.
Okay. Please, like, I want to say something later.
Okay, please do.
Okay. It's like nowadays, we the youth, especially the youth,
Okay.
when we go into relationship, like, all that we know is sex, sex, sex. Okay. I can use mine for an example.
Okay.
I dated a guy, and like that guy used to advise me on my education.
Wow.
Maybe go to this field, go here, okay?
That's nice.
So maybe once a while, then you was going to do this. Even for that, like for that particular thing, it took us 5 years before, like, I just gave myself to him.
To have sex with him.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It took
Okay.
me 5 years
5 years.
before I gave myself to him. So, like, for that guy, he really advised me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I was in some situations too when, like, we started dating.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I've completed the situation.
Oh, that's
so
good.
like you should just go into somebody who will advise us for your take through your education, your special life. Yeah, we shouldn't really focus on our success. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you too as well. Now I have another message here coming in from Niashite, and he said we guys are born sex lovers. Most, but ladies have it in their DNA. What I don't get is some guys mix the term cravings for sex and love because of how some ladies react after having sex with them. Some wouldn't even show if they are satisfied or not. Fred, on that note, you're talking about what ladies are bringing. What is it that you men expect from ladies to be doing for you guys in a relationship? I want you, the men, to speak for yourself. Because you keep saying we don't bring anything on board. What is it that you're looking out for? Tell us, we want to know so that we act accordingly.
Okay, that's fine. Now, when a man knows the kind of woman he wants to marry, every man, he knows the kind of woman he wants to marry.
Fred, hold on. We have Richard on the line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Richard. Good evening.
Good evening.
Let's hear you out. Please.
You see, like, nowadays, what we are doing, that is why we are falling our marriage shallow.
Okay.
Yeah, because we value sex more than what they call relationship.
Okay.
Because when they talk about relationship, we know what relationship means, and we know what, sex means.
Okay.
Like, the way we separate love, you know, when they talk about love, you can love your mother. But instead the love to be like something that when they talk of lady and guy, you understand?
Okay.
So that is the way we tell it. Let me tell you an example. I follow my girl over 10 years now.
10 years.
Yes, because we started 2004.
And have you had sex?
No, starting from 2004, coming to 2018 or so.
Up until date, you've not had sex for 10 years.
Yeah, it was starting from 2004. 2018.
Wow.
And 2018, that time I can say that there was a year. We married, because the clock is there, we married 2051.
Oh, okay. So you are married now? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful.
You have the relationship and you have the heart. And
Okay.
you don't put it the sex. Sex is something about when you have sex, you are in the relationship.
Okay.
Definitely the relationship is very, very easy.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much.
you
Thank you
very
so much. Thank you so much.
This program is very dedicated.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Fred, back to
No,
your submission.
Men expect a lot from women. A total contribution and
Okay.
a whole responsibility on its own. The
Oh, okay.
expectation that we have from men and from the women is a whole package on its own.
Sure.
Now, first place, love. 2, respect. 3, what are you contributing when it comes to my spiritual life? How are you
Very
contributing
important.
to that? 4, money, financial support. Are you going to be a woman who is going to be a burden?
Terms, do you mean I should be giving my guy money?
Don't be giving. I'm not saying you have to be giving your guy money, but as a lady in a relationship leading to another stage in life, you should be able, even if you are not supporting him during the relationship, there should be a little things that should tell the man that this woman is not going to be a burden to me when I get married to her.
Okay, I think we have another caller on the line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, let's hear you out.
Yeah, I'm calling from Boku.
Boku. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know why we always want like a relationship?
Please tell me. Let me hear you out. Hello. Okay, Fred, let's continue.
Okay. No man wants to marry a burden.
Okay.
So I look out to what you are contributing to my life.
Okay.
From my social life to my private life.
Okay.
Psychologically, spiritually. How supportive are you going to be?
Okay.
What kind of mother am I bringing home for my children? We need to consider all these things as well, and men look out for that and look out for all these things. Now, at the end of the day, you are marrying her into your family. Is this woman or is this lady a kind of lady who can accept me as who I am, for who I am, for what I have? It's another thing that men also look out for.
Okay, so Fred, please, sorry. Right. We'll have another call on the line. Hello. Yeah, hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Hello. Good evening. Fred, let's continue. Please call back.
How you respond to certain things.
So, Fred, sorry, we have another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, please, I can hear you.
My name is Memuna.
Okay, Memuna, yes, Memuna. Let me hear you out.
I'm calling from
Wa. Oh, okay. Please, let's hear you out.
What the man is saying is total true. It's true.
Okay.
It's true. What he's saying is true.
Okay.
And no man will going to marry a woman to be a burden with him.
Sure.
What he says is total true.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have another call on the line too. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Please, let's hear you out.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Mustafa.
Yes, Mustafa. Please, let's hear you out.
Actually, to have to date a lady is not important that you should have a sex with her.
Okay.
You should know that she can help you in order to help her.
Okay.
So that you can be able to move further.
Okay.
So if there's anything at all in the relationship, you can marry each other, then you know going into the marriage.
Okay.
But most times we don't consider on those kind of things. We just
Absolutely.
so far I've seen the beauty from her. I want to marry her. No, not to look at her very well. If she's capable to help you and you also help her, then all of us, we should come together and marry.
Okay.
And be able to treat each other. It's not about sex.
Okay.
Sex is about producing. When you are ready to produce, that's when you now
engage. Okay.
Have to go into the sex.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's my contribution to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling.
Alright, so as I was saying, how you respond to things. Okay, I cannot date a woman who talks to her mother anyhow,
Okay.
she will insult my
Definitely.
mother.
Absolutely.
How you treat people, even when you go out, how you treat waiters.
Okay.
I will look
At all
out
of
and
those.
look at all of these things.
Okay.
Because the way you react and relate to people out there is the way you relate to me or anybody from my family.
Hello? Fred, sorry. Hello?
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 Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Sammy. I'm calling from Kenya.
Sure, Sally. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, what the man is saying is sensible.
Okay.
So nowadays, when economical is zero,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the just concentrate on material things like that.
Okay.
Before you play, the lady will not ask for credit. The lady will ask you of material things. The lady doesn't think of future. So that is the problem we encounter now.
Okay. Okay.
So they will continue to worry in their parents' house. Because no man will come for you. I know they help you do the better future. But you wear yourself. All that they concern is just down.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the problem.
Okay.
So no man nowadays, you have to put the future together. You can't see the house and expect the man to go to work and work from home after evening.
Mm-hmm.
No man can now. You don't even take care of him very well as you can.
Okay.
So you, so that is it.
Okay. Okay. Thank
So
you.
very soon, the woman knows to continue to with their parents. So that is it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Yes.
Does it mean that your fellow men who are buying, with 1,500, 2,000 for their women, they don't see what is happening or they don't hear?
Oh, no, that
Would
they
you
don't.
pick that huge amount of money?
Oh, it depends on my level.
Hey.
Yes. Oh yeah, it depends.
Okay. Okay.
Some men spend so much on their women not because they are so rich,
Okay.
but they cherish their women.
Okay.
Their women have been supportive when they had nothing.
Sure.
So
You
they
would
don't
want to.
show appreciation by making them look good and to the standard at which they want to be. You get it, not because the woman is so
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay.
Some men too do all these things because the women are so humble and respectful. And when you respect your man and you are so humble, even if he doesn't have
Definitely.
money, he will borrow
would.
and buy for you.
Sure.
Definitely, he will.
Okay.
And no man, as I was saying, no man wants to marry a burden.
Okay.
I won't marry you. I
But
can't
what
be
if
in a
I
relationship
don't
with you
have-
whereby you can't even sit with me, ask me about the future, how we are going to move forward, how we are moving on. We are staying in a rented apartment. My dear, how are we getting a land for ourselves?
Okay, I think we have somebody again on the line. Hello.
Hello, madam. This is me calling from Dodowa.
Oh, hello. It feels good and excited hearing
Hello,
from you.
this is me calling from Dodowa.
Yes, please. Let me hear from you. Please lower your television a bit. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
One thing that bothers me was,
Okay.
one thing that bothers me
Hello. Hello. Prince.
one thing that bothers me a lot.
Prince, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Please,
Can you hear me?
yes, lower your television a bit. I think.
I've already lowered it.
Okay, okay, thank you.
There was one lady that I dated before way back in 29 in my
Okay.
village.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but that lady got married back. And we met in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
She one day invited me that I should come to their place,
Okay.
All of the family knew me. So suddenly I went there in the night. So I took my seat at the wall. After sitting at the wall, this girl went and off all the lights over there
Hey.
and started kissing me.
Ambushing. Did you respond to the kissing?
Well, now, mother.
Hey. You love it. You love the thing.
I want to ask why is that? Why ladies did that? Madam. Why did they do that?
Prince, you too. Why did you respond to the kiss? I'm asking
Now
you.
you know now.
I don't know. I'm a woman. Were you feeling cold at that time? Or what? I don't know. Please tell me so that I can. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Madam,
Okay.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I don't know. Tell me.
You know, I don't have that in my mind because we dated way back.
But I think when she kissed you, remember the kisses she used to give you those times back?
You know now, you see, with the mindset
You're mate. Thank you very much.
And then like Momo Sunday.
Hey! Go back to your first love. It's very necessary. What do I know? You enjoyed the thing. Because the moment she off the lights and started kissing you, you couldn't resist.
And why did you go to the hall in the first place?
In the first place.
Because you know she's married.
She's married. She off the light, but if I were to be him, I'll just walk out. But you sat there enjoying kisses. God knows what happened. You're saying you know now.
So whatever
Please,
happened.
I don't know. Hello, Fred. So you continue. Okay, Fred, sorry, there's another call on the line. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sweetheart.
Hello.
The one and only.
Hey, boss lady. My Jimmy sits. I'm sitting. Hey.
You're glowing.
Oh, I missed you, Jesus. Like, I want to scream.
Wow.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh, I missed you, Leo.
In fact, you're up to the best for the year as well.
Thank you.
I love it.
I claim it. Thank you.
I've missed you too.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's hear from you on this particular topic.
This was really weird.
Okay. Yes, Leo is one of our guests who has been coming on, on board, but currently is not available.
Yeah, and what is going on there?
Okay, so we're looking at realities of sex on the first date, and we're asking how many days should you go on before having sex with your partner?
Before
having sex with your partner.
All right. I don't see in my country I mean that we want to deal here that we own that you want okay. It all depends. You know, I've always said this that it is not about the number of dates that you go.
Okay.
But if even your first date and you guys are certain you are mature enough, not that anyone, it is a concession. We have to come into an agreement. We are all ready for it.
Okay.
Not that one is pulling for something.
Okay.
But we are all ready for it. Sex at the first date, it is, I can even call it the first time in person or first day in person. So it doesn't matter the number of days we have to go for this before we can actually have sex. It can happen at any other date.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. On that note, we'll move straight to the hot tips for the day. Last week we gave you the good aspect of sex on the first date, but we would also want to be fair on this. So we'll give you the other negative aspect of it so that you weigh the boat and see which side to go, either to do it or just stay to your principles. And one says 4 reasons we're giving you. 4 reasons you must not have sex on a first date. And one says because you don't know her right. Because you don't know her yet. Because you don't know her yet. Let's be honest here. Whether you're looking for a relationship or a one-night stand, if it's a first date, you have no idea who this person is or what their sexual history may or may not be. Because of this, simply for safety reasons, it's a good idea to avoid sleeping with them until you get to know them a little better. And then 2 says to be different or stand out is very important, especially in the modern dating world with the popularity of dating apps, where men seem to be needier than ever. Most girls are probably used to guys pushing for sex earlier, sometimes even before the first date. Separate yourself from the pack by being a confident guy or lady who wants to get to know her first, or him first, and not come across as needy and like every other guy or lady. And 3 says you may misunderstand each other. You would immediately make conclusions about you will immediately make conclusions about each other after sex. But what kind of conclusion? Disappointment or vice versa? Delight. Here, you just have to rely on luck and the mind of a partner. And this is why you must not have sex on the first date. And then lastly, before we go, it can send her a bad message about you, and it can send him to a bad message about you. So all of these will be posted on our social media platform for you to read, digest, and understand fully. It all starts with you, your decision on what to do. Fred, our time is up. Let me take your final words. Well, what would you have to say to our reverends who would want to go on sex on the first date? Who would they want to go? Who are waiting for the number of dates they would have to go on before having sex?
Okay, to our reverends out there, all I want to say is sex is nothing, but sex is something, and sex is everything. So do not joke with your life, all because of 30 to 1 hour journey or fantasy. Just take your time, know her better, know him better, and have sex at the right time and with the right person at the right place, and you are good to go. Thank you so much. And
you are good to go. So I would also add this up. Whether or not I think it is right or not, or if I would do it or not, if you decide to have sex on the first date, remember and have it at the back of your mind that it is what you want to do and you are ready to bear the consequences. On that note, I want to say a very big thank you. Tonight's show has been very, very inspiring. The calls were coming in. We even had to cut some off. Thank you so much. To all my reverends out there, I love you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm really grateful. Let's keep doing this. Please, let's keep the numbers increasing. And if you'd want to sponsor us, if you'd want to partner us, any product of yours that you would want to, showcase on Rays of Love, please do that. You're warmly welcome. Contact us on Adult TV or our social media platform. We'll give you directions and you come to our office and we will strike a very good deal. If you want me to be on your brand too, Charlie, I will do it. So let me wish some people a happy birthday. And this is Leora Amarisa Na Okaiko Actor. From myself, your beautiful auntie, I love you so much. And from Daddy, Mr. Leslie Atto, he says happy birthday. He has loved you from day one and he will continue to love you. Happy birthday, Annie. Grow to be a very beautiful lady who will decide whether or not to have sex on the first date or not. And then to a great makeup artist, Randy, happy birthday. And then to my very good friend, Derek, aka Terrell. Guys, happy birthday. I love you all. Thank you to my producer, Lester, to Labi, my godfather, the entire production. Thank you so much. And to Fred, thank you. And we wish Angie Bell a speedy recovery. You realize that she was supposed to come on board, but she couldn't. Angie Bell, speedy recovery. We love you guys all. Next week, the topic is bombastic. I'm out. I'm going to chill. And to look for a boyfriend. Thank you so much.